satisfying part tonight?
I think just the way we scrapped with first of all with the bat, a 6 for 170 odd. We had a bit of work to do there, and I thought Matthew Wade played beautifully, played with a lot of composure, played good cricket shots, and batted with the tail, who stuck around and did a terrific job to get us to 270. So that was incredibly pleasing. And then I think with the ball, we were able to hit good areas consistently. I thought Mitch Marsh was outstanding. His first spell, I think he bowled 6 overs for 7 runs and had 3 wickets or something like that. So, he was outstanding this evening, and I think our fielding energy was as good as it's been all series. I think we've been a little bit off in that aspect of the game, and I was pleased with the way the guys stepped up today in a final.
Does it say a lot about the team that United best and this mission with that coming up with a win like that?
It is pleasing. I thought the West Indies played some very good cricket in this series and have scrapped really well. It's been one of those sort of series where you have to scrap. The wickets have been quite slow, and we haven't seen too many large scores. So you've had to work hard. Today was one of those wickets where you never really felt in. There were lots of starts, and no one really went on with it from both sides. So. We knew going out to field, if we just stuck in there for long enough, we'd get opportunities, and it was always going to be hard to start for a new batter as well. So I thought the guys' line and lengths that they bowled today, to go with Adam Zampa in the middle bowling his spin, they did a terrific job.
When you and they got out that same over, what was running through your mind in terms of a total, or just things you think from me about up the go?
Yeah, it wasn't an ideal position. You still got to have faith in the people behind you, and I think Matthew Wade's he's a good batter, and he came out today and played a great knock to get us to 270. I thought 270, 280 was probably par again on this wicket, and to get us to that score made us really competitive.
How important do you think Wade's innings was for his career? Obviously, Peter Neville taking the gloves off him for the T20 and Lancaster coming up as well. Do you think he was under a bit of pressure coming into this game?
I think he can take a lot of confidence out of the way he played today, and he's played pretty well with the bat throughout the series as well. And I've watched him in the nets. He's probably hitting the ball as well as anyone. So, I wasn't surprised that he was able to do what he did today. So, I'm pleased for him. I'm sure he'll take a lot of confidence out of what he did today.
How's he been on this tour? Obviously, the disappointment of losing the gloves to the T20. How's he been in training around the group and all those sorts of things?
Yeah, no doubt. He was disappointed about not keeping in the World Cup. You'd be, you've got to be disappointed with that. So, I think he's been great around the group. He's very vocal. He gets the guys up and helps as much as he can drive the energy. I think that's what the keeper needs to do, and he's done that very well throughout this series. Guys just need to keep going with him. As I said, I was proud of the way our energy was in the field today. I think we've been a little bit off, particularly when there's been partnerships going on in the other games. So I was pleased with the way the guys were able to be up for the fight tonight, and Wadey certainly helped that.
What about his keeping in this series? Obviously, the West Indies is a pretty hard place to keep Matthew Wade's performance as well.
Yeah, it has been difficult. I think he's missed a couple of opportunities, but it is a tough place to keep. There was lots of balls that were bouncing before him, and the ball was reversing and spinning quite a bit. So it is a difficult place to keep, and I'm sure he's going to continue to work on his keeping as much as he can.
The difference in terms of Sunil Moran, since he's remodeled his action, has there been a difference in his variations in batting against him?
Yeah.
Sunil Moran.
Yep.
Since he's remodeled his action, if there's been any noticeable change to you?
Yeah, I don't think the finger ball's spinning quite as much as it perhaps used to. I noticed he's bowling a lot more off spinners as well. I'd say probably 90% of balls that, well, at least I faced were off spinners. So, he probably didn't use his variations as much as I've seen him use them in the past. But he's still a quality bowler, and when you know someone's got a ball that can go the other way, it's always in your mind. So you have to be very watchful, and he's a quality bowler, and I was proud of the way we played him throughout the series. I think negating him was a big part of us having success against the West Indies, and I thought we did that pretty well today.
Mitchell Stark is widely regarded as one of the best one-day bowler in the world. Should Josh Hazlewood be in that conversation?
I think Josh is getting better and better every day. He's getting a lot more comfortable in his body. I think he's been on the park for a significant amount of time now, and he's very comfortable in that regard. So that's a start. His skill set's outstanding. He hits terrific lengths, hits the seam, and he's getting better and better every day. So I'm really pleased for him to win the Man of the Series in this particular series.
Particularly impressive given I suppose he wasn't playing in the IPL and had a break and wasn't bowling for a long stretch.
Yeah, I think that's I guess the key for some of those quicks to have that bit of time off to, I guess, have a rest. Obviously, it's pretty taxing on the body bowling fast and putting all that weight through your front foot. So for him to have a rest and do a bit of strength stuff, get strong, and it's been very beneficial for him, and he's come back in good order, and he's a big player for us. He's been great since he started playing for Australia, and I guess he's only going to continue to improve as the more he plays and the more experienced he gets as well.
The way Mitch bowled in that spell, obviously sort of up balls or whatever, but squeezing between his fingers and bowling cross seam and all that sort of stuff. Was that a pre-planned method for bowling today for him? Did that sort of come up in team meetings and that sort of thing?
I think bowling from the close end, I found it incredibly hard batting at the far end. There was that sort of patch of grass where the ball was doing a few different things. Some were going through the top, some were, I guess, skidding a little lower and gripping a bit as well with sort of slower balls or cross seams. So it was basically to those guys, the right armers, to try and hit that back of a length, try and get the ball to react differently. And I thought the way Mitchell used his variations today was spot on. He's come a long way in this series. I thought he batted beautifully the other day, and I guess he's just going to gain a lot more confidence out of what he did the other day and what he did today. So I'm really pleased for him as well.
So is that the reason why? Because I think you bowled him from two overs from that end, and then you swung him around. Is that the reason why you?
Yeah, I thought he'd. Those sort of guys that are a little bit slower and taller were actually getting the ball to respond a little bit differently out of, I guess, hitting that length. And he was a perfect example. He just hit a beautiful area and sort of let the ball do its thing. So he got the ball through at quite good pace at times as well. So it was nice to see him in good rhythm.
Yes, Steve, I was trying to ask what really impressed you about the West Indies, and maybe what you think they can do to become a quality one-day side?
Yeah, I just think the way that they scrapped throughout this series. I think against us we had them 3 for 20. In South Africa, I think they had them 4 for 20 odd or 30 the other day, and they were able to fight back, show a lot of character, and get their total up around 280, which was always going to be a difficult total on this wicket. So I think just the way that they were able to scrap throughout this series in these conditions, and I'm sure they'll take a lot of confidence out of that as well.
Steve, the legs that here at KZN has been used recently.
Sorry, so lighting?
Here at KZN has been used recently. And then we saw, I think it was Stark this evening, I think missing a catch. Did you all have any difficulties personally with the lighting here at KZN?
No, I thought the lights were good. Those things happen. The ball can come at the wrong angle and go in the lights, and that was just one of those occasions. So, no, I think that the lights have been good here.
Speaking of the West Indies, given how they scrapped each other this series, are you surprised they were able to do that? Maybe some of their bigger players weren't playing.
Say that again, sorry?
Given how the West Indies scrapped each other this series and they were so competitive, were you surprised they were able to do that given the likes of Chris and a couple of other players?
Yeah, look, I think they've still got some quality players in their team. Most of their batters got runs at some point throughout this tournament. They've all got a lot of capabilities, and as I said, I think they'll take a lot of confidence from the way they've played throughout this series. They have scrapped incredibly well, and they deserve to be in the final today. And credit to the way they've played.
Last two now.
You mentioned pre-series and you got one a Champions Trophy. You just, in terms of this series, looking at the big picture, like what stands out, what have you learned about the team, what impressed you, and what do you think?
I think we've still got a lot of work to do. I was pleased with the way we scrapped today. You know, I'm using that word a lot, but it's been a bit of a theme, I guess, throughout this series with the wickets that we've been playing on. So I was pleased that we were able to get the job done. You know, I think our fielding still needs a lot of work. We need to be able to have the energy, I guess, that we had today in every game, and there's no reason why we shouldn't. I think we've got to continue to start well with the ball. I guess in the last probably 3 or 4 series, we've been up against some pretty dynamic opening batters, but they've got the better of us at the start, and we've been lucky enough to pull it back in the middle overs and bowl pretty well at the death. But we'll make things a lot easier for ourselves if we start really well, hit good areas and execute our plans. So, you know, we've still got a lot of areas to work on, and hopefully as this group continues to play more together, we'll continue to learn each other's games and continue to gel well as a team.
Yes, Steve, like, I watched, especially you personally, your workload over a period of time. How do you continue to do it? I mean, from, like you're went out to Sri Lanka, how do you keep the fitness, the energy level, the enthusiasm?
Well, you're playing cricket for your country, so you know there's no better motivation. You want to do well every time you go out on the field, and the guys work very hard behind the scenes to make sure their bodies are right and up to the rigours of playing international cricket. You know, the schedule's pretty busy, so we have to find time to, I guess, unwind and try and get our minds and bodies right when we can. And the guys work incredibly hard, so yeah, hopefully we can continue to work hard and keep our rankings at number 1 in one day in Test cricket.